Inside the stories that affect you. This is Inside KELOLAND.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Don Jorgensen. The Christmas spirit is in the air, and on this week's Inside KELOLAND, we are looking back at some of our top uplifting stories of 2021. Coming up this half hour, we'll find out how a Sioux Falls church is using a reverse offering to help others in the community. Plus, after COVID derailed a job application last year, a second try turned into a dream come true for a Brookings woman. And music to last a lifetime, how a song written in high school holds new meaning years later. For our first story, though, a group formed about 3 years ago to help kids in Sioux Falls pull off a Christmas miracle. In a matter of days, volunteers for Promising Futures bought hundreds of Christmas gifts, wrapped them, and then got them ready to hand out to kids at Lowell, Terry, Redland, and Hawthorne elementary schools. KELOLAND's Tom Hansen tells us how a donation made it all possible.
Wonder, anticipation, and excitement filled the lunchroom this morning. The kids saw the presents and they knew something was up. Then came the word from Principal Ryan DeGraff. The gifts were for them.
Each child receives 2 gifts, including one of these big fluffy baby Yodas. And the person responsible for this wants to remain anonymous.
Former Sioux Falls principal and Promising Futures member Jen Nikolai says it took quick action to make all this happen.
So we had 48 hours, and Promising Futures, 2 or 3 of us started shopping on Friday, finished shopping on Saturday. Sunday we opened IPC, the district did, and we wrapped gifts, and we delivered them by 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon to the 3 schools.
As you can imagine, these kindergartners were pretty excited. This little guy got a car and
Baby Yoda.
You got a Baby Yoda. Did you like the Baby Yoda? Yeah, high five.
Principal DeGraff says this was special for the kids and for the staff.
Just very blessed to be in a community like Sioux Falls that cares about everyone and wants to lift families up. So I'm feeling so blessed.
What was it like when you first heard they were going to do it?
I think we got the call on Friday and I thought, oh man, that's a quick turnaround. But you know, with Promising Futures and all the volunteers, I mean, we're just so grateful that they're able to make it work.
And your staff pitched in?
Yes, absolutely. Had several staff go and do some wrapping.
Anytime you can go home with presents that are almost too heavy to carry, well, that's a good day.
Toys?
Yeah.
Was it nice to get a present? Yeah, it was nice to get a present. Thank you. High five.
Smiles everywhere. Well, kindergartners at Lowell and Hawthorne Elementary also got their presents from the anonymous donor this past week. Well, over the holiday season, many people are inspired to give to others, to charities, to churches, and more. But one Sioux Falls church made a challenge to give in an unexpected way this Christmas. KELOLAND's Bridget Bennett explains.
It's what many Christians are used to doing each Sunday, giving their tithes and offerings to the church.
Sadly, the church is often known for taking and taking and taking.
But this Sunday,
I want to encourage you to grab an envelope, make sure that you get one.
Embrace Church made a big change.
So in these envelopes, you're going to find cash, cold hard cash.
Giving money back to every family at church.
But this cash is for what? It's for you to go do Jesus stuff. It's for you to go and give a gift to somebody else.
They call it a reverse offering, something lead pastor Adam Weber hopes will inspire his congregation to give this holiday season.
The hope is to activate our people to go do kindness, just to go love people, to go show people grace. So often we just need a permission almost to go do kind things, and we almost need a challenge.
Embrace's challenge came in the form of envelopes filled with $10, $20, $50, or even $100 bills.
Total, we're giving out $40,000 today.
The envelopes came with simple instructions on how to use it.
By next Saturday, go and give a gift for someone else.
The hope is for everyone to get creative.
Last year, we had someone buy a plane ticket for a stranger to go see their family for Christmas. A person got Christmas presents for a shut-in. One person paid off their friend's minivan.
We'll try to find a need and see how we can fulfill it that way.
Hundreds of families are already brainstorming how to bless someone else in the coming week.
I'm a teacher in a low-income school, so sometimes they don't get Christmas presents. So I'm going to surprise them with some Christmas presents this year, and I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't get the chance to be here today.
A Sunday service challenging everyone to give to others and send out the hope of Christmas this week.
And I just know there's a whole bunch more people in Sioux Falls who just need encouragement, just need someone else to see them, just to know someone else cares.
This is the second year Embrace Church has done the reverse offering, but they more than doubled the amount of cash given out this year. Well, a 19th century book could give a family more answers about their ancestry. It all started about a month and a half ago when Reach Literacy in Sioux Falls got a donation. KELOLAND's Kelly Vogt tells you what they found inside a 140-year-old Bible and what's next.
When Reach Literacy received this big old Bible, it garnered some intrigue.
Really piqued our interest because it's really interesting to look at and pretty.
But it's what was inside the pages of this book that really caught the organization's attention.
When we found the marriage certificate and it had some names in there, then we were like, maybe this actually has some relatives that might be interested in.
Using a genealogy website, a Reach Literacy board member connected with a relative of the couple named on the marriage document dating back to the late 1800s. That couple? Michelle Smith Young's great-great-grandparents, Moses and Eliza.
And I was totally shocked because it is one of the ancestors that I have been looking for and trying to find information on since the very beginning of me doing family history research.
The Missouri woman says her great-great-grandparents lived in Iowa for much of their lives. This Bible could hold some important answers for Smith Young, who has long been curious about her family history.
This is huge for our family.
The opportunity to be able to give, kind of a piece of history back to them is amazing.
Reach will send the fragile family heirloom to Smith Young, opening another chapter in this Bible's journey.
Smith Young says that some of her ancestors found themselves in Iowa after emancipation. She says that her great-great-grandmother's parents were enslaved, and she believes that her great-great-grandfather's parents could have been as well. We're going to continue to look back at our top Positively KELOLAND stories of 2021. Coming up after the break, from making history to changing lives. Find out how this dance team is about more than competition. Welcome back to Inside KELOLAND. When the Children's Museum of South Dakota reopened to visitors in June, it was a special time for the Brookings attraction, but even more so for one of its employees. KELOLAND's Kelly Vogt meets a 23-year-old woman who's excited to be a part of the staff.
Sarah Ayers applied for a job at the Children's Museum of South Dakota last year. That plan fell through when the pandemic caused the museum to close before her interview.
Thanks.
But that all turned around when the museum reached out to her this year, asking if she was still interested in the job.
I was like, wow, this is gonna be really fun.
Sarah's first day on the job was yesterday. She'll work 15 to 20 hours a week.
Hey, Mike.
Sarah just brings such a bubbly, happy energy to the staff that on days that Sarah's working, it really feels like everybody's in a better mood on those days.
The 23-year-old Brookings woman has Down syndrome. Her family is proud of her and excited about her latest opportunity.
People have to realize that the population of people with disabilities is a very good and valuable work pool. There are a lot of very capable people that want to work, do a good job.
Everyone wants a purpose in life. Everybody wants to work and be a part of something.
Sarah is a familiar face at the museum. Over the years, she's volunteered more than 830 hours, and she worked here for a time through a program called Project Skills.
Now, your dad told me this is your dream job. Is that true?
Yeah.
And now she gets to live her dream. In Brookings, Kelly Vogt, KELOLAND News.
Sarah worked for Aramark at SDSU before the pandemic hit. Several programs and resources in the community have helped Sarah in her employment journey. One dance team on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation is making history and having some fun in the process. Sydney Thorson talks with members of the Lakota Tech High School team about how dance is opening up new opportunities.
Not only is this dance team the first of its kind at Lakota Tech High School, but it's also the first competitive dance team on the entire Pine Ridge Reservation.
What I love about dance is probably the music, the team, music itself. Like, it's just, it really gets you going, and the team, that's what also motivates me, because we really bonded over this past season, and it's not really like any other type of team you would be with. We're actually friends even outside the team. They're kind of like sisters to me.
Aurora Marshall is a sophomore and says being a part of the dance team has been more than just a competition.
I've seen personal growths with each and every one of the team members. I've seen some of them who wouldn't even talk for a month to going and being social and all that. And it's just really cool to see them like grow as a person and stuff, and this just being on this team was a great opportunity because it really opened up some doors to some new things.
Sophomore Brace's Janice says the team has helped her become someone she is proud of.
I'm really thankful for my coach and these girls, because I was a completely different person last year. And it's cool to see the person that dance has built me into.
What's unique about us is that we're located on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, so we are the first in the state of South Dakota to have all nations native team come off of a reservation and any reservation in the state. So we come from various backgrounds, various tribal backgrounds.
There are 8 ladies on the dance team, and most all of them also participate in cheer for the Lakota Tech High School. Coach Misty Musso says being brand new has brought some challenges. Because this team is the only one of its kind on the reservation, these girls travel hundreds of miles to compete.
So our competitive team did take part in 8 meets throughout the season. We were able to compete in various places like Gregory all the way up to Balfouche, which every drive is 200-300 mile round trips for our school. So that was kind of our first hurdle, but we made it. It actually became something we looked forward to.
One of the team's biggest triumphs was making the state tournament.
Growing up on the reservation and knowing the opportunities that our reservation lacks, it was so emotional to watch our girls, to watch them grow from the beginning to the end. I have girls who never danced before come onto our team, and now they are some of the best dancers.
And I'm glad that Misty brought this to our school, because no other school had this, so it was cool to see that, to grow with it, to learn from it, and to build like skills, friendships, and to help people who never even thought about dancing like I didn't.
In the future, the team hopes to see more schools on the reservation take part in competitive dance. Coach Musso and her dancers also have high expectations for the Lakota Tech dance team.
And I always get emotional, but our girls this season, I 100% believe that they changed the trajectory of a lot of their paths with these dance and cheer teams.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Sydney Thorson.
The Lakota Tech dance team tied for 2nd place in jazz and won 7th place in hip-hop at the South Dakota State Dance Competition. Good for them. Coming up next, a former Air Force disc jockey is stepping back behind the microphone to share stories from Vietnam. Welcome back. It's not exactly ice cream weather right now, but it was back in August when we brought you this heartwarming story. B&G Milky Way is a popular spot in the Sioux Falls area for many families, but for one couple, the restaurant has a little sweeter meaning. Matea and Graham Ferguson's relationship started in 2018 after Graham asked Matea to be his girlfriend using the marquee at the B&G on 69th and Louise. Exactly 3 years later, on August 7, 2021, they got married and even took some wedding photos with a message on the marquee.
It's a real celebration, a lot of fun. And the whole wedding party was with us, and everyone, we all got ice cream and took some really cool pictures. Yeah. Had a good time.
Matea and Graham both grew up in Sioux Falls and went to school at USF. Well, this next couple's love story comes with a song. A singer-songwriter who used to live in Sioux Falls released a new version of a song that he recorded years ago. And as a teenager, KELOLAND's Kelly Volk has their story.
When Noah Deist and his then-girlfriend Grace celebrated their 2-month anniversary as high schoolers, he gifted her a song.
And I thought it was super cool. This young aspiring artist recording a song.
But the special song is the gift that keeps on giving. In August, Noah rewrote the tune called By Your Side.
I wanted to rewrite it a little bit just because I wrote it 7 years ago, and it was kind of cringy in certain parts and immature.
He secretly recorded it so Grace wouldn't find out. In early December, he surprised her with the reworked song, along with video from their September wedding.
What is this?
What was your reaction watching your wife react to this?
I think you can see in the video, I kept glancing over and just smiling. Seeing her kind of get emotional and choked up about it, it just showing that it means something, and kind of shows the power of music, and especially over a long period of time.
Proving that music is a timeless gift. Kelly Volk, KELOLAND News.
Very nice. Noah and Grace, who are both from Sioux Falls, now live in Lincoln, Nebraska. And if you want to hear the song or watch the video, use the link under this story on KELOLAND.com. Well, the playing of taps holds a special meaning for a Watertown family. Caitlin Niles took part in Taps Across America on Memorial Day this year. Her dad, Dwayne, who was a longtime music educator, played taps for the same reason last year. But he passed away in May from complications from a heart infection. After attending the Memorial Day service in Watertown, Caitlin decided that she wanted to keep her dad's music legacy going by playing taps on her flute.
When we heard taps, me and my mom just started tearing up because it reminded me of Dad, and we just thought this would be a great idea to keep the music going.
Dwayne learned to play the trumpet when he was 8 years old and had been a music educator for 43 years. A retired Sioux Falls police officer and Vietnam veteran is bringing back memories of that war from behind a microphone. Perry Groton listened in on this former Air Force disc jockey who's now spinning records and war stories for local audiences.
Yeah, from CCR, it's Fortunate Son on AFE Da Nang.
Dave Rowe is a one-man Golden Oldies radio station.
Good evening, this is Air Force Sergeant Dave Rowe, and you're listening to Night Beat on AFE Da Nang.
Rowe recreates the radio show he hosted as a young Air Force sergeant stationed in Vietnam when he volunteered for the American Forces Vietnam Network.
All we played was rock and roll music. We didn't play country, any other varieties, but the music was the plus side of working over there because everybody had a transistor radio.
Decades later, Rowe is dusting off his records and turntable for local veterans groups.
I got interest back in this probably about 6 years ago when the miniature Vietnam Wall came to Sioux Falls, and I was asked if I would come out and recreate my Vietnam radio show during that time.
Rowe and other armed forces disc jockeys had a loyal following during the war.
That was the only thing that reminded us of home. I mean, you know, the songs, the current songs.
And he says, yes, I remember being on a Huey helicopter listening to my transistor
Now,
radio.
Rowe provides a voice to veterans who still aren't willing to discuss their time in Vietnam.
A lot of us Vietnam vets didn't talk much, and there's still that. I think that happened in World War II. It probably happened at all the wars.
While many veterans may want to forget their time in Vietnam, Rowe says it's important to preserve the memories, good and bad. Rowe still isn't about to sign off decades after the war.
We just found the music was a very positive glue that helped everybody get through the time because nobody wanted to be there. We didn't want to be there any more than anybody else did. We were there, we had to make the best of it and get through, so we did. We gotta get out.
With Positively KELOLAND, I'm Perry Grote.
And Rose says that he didn't achieve any level of celebrity serving as a disc jockey until after he started recreating his shows back home. He says you'll often hear from veterans who say they listened to him while stationed in Vietnam. What a cool story. Now, coming up next, as we look back at our Positively KELOLAND's 2021, we're going to find out why a downtown Sioux Falls brewery is giving away free beer. Inside KELOLAND, we'll be right back. 2021 has been a big year for at least one Sioux Falls restaurant. In April, it opened its first permanent Sioux Falls location by celebrating Native American culture and tradition. The Watecha Bowl restaurant offers customers a full menu of traditional Lakota food. The owner choked back some tears as he welcomed his first customers.
Really emotional time, like a very big, proud moment. I've been a lot of places in my life and I never thought this would be one of them. So it means a lot for me to be standing here with you guys today.
In addition to running his restaurant, owner Lawrence West also operates food trucks in the area. A downtown Sioux Falls brewery is giving away free beer. KELOLAND's Travis Fossing shows us how Remedy Brewing Company is handing out tokens throughout the holiday promotion.
Remedy Brewing Company is celebrating the season with its Grumpy Brewer promotion.
Kind of a running joke around here is that Jason, our head brewer, head of operations, and our co-founder, he's Mr. Grumpy, because he's always running around like a chicken with his head cut off and always just fast and to the point.
Remedy CEO Matt Hasted says Mr. Grumpy is spreading some holiday cheer by including a free drink token with 1 in 4 six-packs of Remedy beer. Remedy will distribute nearly 2,000 tokens to stores in Sioux Falls, Yankton, and Brookings before the end of December.
December, January, February, those are kind of the slimmer months for us, and our bartenders get lonely down here, so giving you a reason to come in and say hi, it always cheers their spirits too.
Lead brewer Tyler Wasberg admits to occasionally being a grumpy brewer.
Sometimes beer doesn't come out the way you expect. You know, that can be kind of frustrating. Sometimes it decides to take an extra week to ferment or something like that. Or sometimes it just doesn't go the way you planned at all and you gotta scrap it and start over. That'll make you grumpy.
Above all else, Grumpy Brewer is Remedy's way of saying one thing.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting us through everything. Thank you for being there through the past couple of years. It's been an interesting time, but we're getting through it together, and we just are excited to see everybody.
In Sioux Falls, Travis Fossing, KELOLAND News.
The drink tokens are redeemable at the Remedy Tap Room at 8th and Railroad in Sioux Falls. Remedy is also giving away prize packages. And if you'd like to enter, we provided a link under this story on KELOLAND.com. And while you're on our website, be sure to check out our Positively KELOLAND page. You can find it under the News tab. Well, that is all the time we have for today. Be sure to join us again next week for more of what's going on inside KELOLAND. I'm Don Jorgensen. Thanks for watching.